healthy habits that you have?
Just meditate. Take time out of your day to sit there and just breathe. And be out there and consciously breathe and listen to the things around you, because those things are teaching you things that these echoes in our head, this thinker in our mind in that sense, or the ego, couldn't teach us. That even that mind had learned it from these outer surroundings through our own inner meditation, whether we were consciously sitting with it or not.
You shouldn't eat pork and you shouldn't eat this type of meat because the actual animal that it came from could possibly have disease or mood, and fats from that animal can be brought on to us if we consume it. So what's your take on that?
I think it goes back to the intention for it, because at the end of the day, our mind is the creator of everything as a reflection. But thinking in terms of like cows and stuff like that, it's not that the cow itself is just always giving off bad energy, but it's the cows that we're eating, the cows that we're being given, to put it in that sense, they're being tortured and things of that nature, that is then putting it as an energy transfer for us. But we're eating a lower vibrational cow in that sense, but there is higher vibrational animals and things of that nature too. It's not just plants in terms of low and high vibration. We have that dogma of a conditional mindset, because we've been taught since childhood a certain way on how to view something. We can't see past that. So even whenever we hear somebody else's perspective, we are quite literally hearing their perspective, or our perspective of their perspective. So we can't escape the fact that we can only see what we see.
Do you ever think it'll come a point in time where most of this shit in the USA is connected? Like, we all on the same track?
I would say so. I would definitely 100% say so. In the same way that we found ourselves to be less aware at times as well. And even now, I could find myself even tomorrow or the next minute being less aware than I was before.
Right.
So I realized that there's a side of me, that same inner devil that's ignorant to these things at the time. But that same ignorance comes through fear. And fear is one of the lowest vibrations in that sense. And that vibration keeps us in that low state of mind, or dense type of feeling, or what we would call serious.
Right.
But notice how you operate the best is whenever you're creative, whenever you're let go, whenever you're detached. We keep trying to find a method at the end of the day, because the conscious mind that's been taught a certain condition is looking for a certain method of, damn, how do I get out of this situation? Right. But in those moments, I think it comes with a degree of acceptance of where you're at, rather than denial, and realizing that a diamond in pressure is going to be one thing, but another rock could be a completely broken rock at the end of the day. But we decide which one or the other we want to be.
You can't expect somebody to do the same shit you would do in a situation. Everybody ain't built the same. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So you just kind of gotta be tough-skinned out here to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying?
It's I think there's a dualistic approach to that as well, where there's one way where we gotta have tougher skin as men at the end of the day, and just even as beings at the end of the day. Right. We gotta be able to hear certain shit. We gotta be able to experience certain things and see it through. But on another end, we don't want to desensitize ourselves to feeling in that sense, because I guess there's two definitions of tough skin. There's the one that's had experiences and been sensitive to the experience. It goes back to our prideful nature that we still cling to, and it's hard for us to let go or even tear up around the homie or some shit like that. But you realize at the end of the day, everybody here, we came here. We came from an ascended state, to put it that way, and then came into this life through sexual desire. And everyone here is proof of that.
So, do you see yourself having kids anytime soon?
Not at the moment.
But how old you is again?
22.
22.
I'm 22 on 420.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
I know I have my own karmic journey that I need to handle at this point.
Fact.
So to have a kid is just adding on to more karma. That is no reason for me to build on when I still have things I need to deal with now.
I ain't even got no kid yet myself. Like, I feel like shit, I gotta have everything together, you know what I'm saying? And in the back of my head, I'm knowing like, shit, you ain't gonna have everything together when you have your first child. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I wanna be damn near ready though. I wanna be, you know, everything gotta be lined up.
It makes me think, I feel like as a society, we've been kind of pushed so far into, you need to have a kid at this time, or you need to do this, you need to do that.
By 25, 26,
Some
you
shit
need
like
that.
But we ain't even healed from shit whenever we were a child.
Right.
And now we're fixing to have a child, and we don't know how to help them in certain situations because we're already desensitized to certain things that we have rejected in our own lives.
No matter what happened in life or what somebody done did, like, I ain't gonna never have no hatred on my heart. Cause like, I feel like that ain't healthy for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I can't let that shit go, how can I grow?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's always lightened you up in that sense. But I can also see that even for somebody like myself who's taken that approach as well, I also realize that it may not necessarily be what we would call hate,
right.
but it's an energy of like resentment, or maybe even a feeling of betrayal or things of that nature.
What resentment mean again?
Resentment would kind of just be like pent up anger in that sense. A lot of times it may be held in that sense, and maybe not even projected out onto other people, but it may be like a slow poison in that sense. We want to stay to ourselves because everybody around us is in a divisive state.
Right.
But the reality of it is if we really want to unite, as it's going to take place as we begin to wake up and raise our awareness, then we have to be willing to connect.
It's never what they think it is. This shit fucked up out here. Like, these folks still telling that we only undiscovered 3% of the fucking ocean. 97%, we don't know shit.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And one thing that's already been proven, every picture that's ever been taken in space is completely CGI, meaning that it's not a real picture.
Right.
It's basically photoshopped in that sense.
That's pretty fucking obvious. Motherfucker really pay attention.
Y'all can literally get on CIA.gov right now and go to the declassified documents and find so much information just on declassified documents that you don't never gotta watch the news again. You don't never gotta do any of that actor bullshit in that sense, where you can literally sit there and they say it for what it is. They don't even hide it. They just put it in big words and things of that nature.
That's it.
We just gotta learn.
You know what they said, fool? They said, do what they said, fam. Whatever you don't want the black person to know, put it in a book.
They weren't allowing people to read anything but the Bible. It also throws me off that it says, slaves, treat your masters as if they were Christ.
Right.
And I question that, because is that God's word, or is that
some man-made shit?
Yeah, or a slave master? It sounds That's what it sounds like.
Tell these folks your TikTok, fam.
The real Neal 369.
The real Neal.
Yes, sir.
Y'all tune in, man. Tune in. Straight wisdom.
So long as they can keep us in fear, that is the divide.
Right.
That so long as we got to look out for our next door neighbor or whatever the case, that's where the divide's at. Because like I was saying, if we could come together already and say, hey, we got to get this done. Imagine if you were connected with all these people and knew that we were on the same page, knowing if we had the knowledge that we were getting fucked by the system right now, in that sense, that we're under a tyrannical government right now, that they're the ones saying it ain't that bad type thing, and keeping us in that state. But they're the people who are at the top of the pyramid saying that in that sense.
What's up, boy? What's up, boy? But what kind of dog this is?
I think a pit bull and a lab mix.
Shit fire.
Which is coming back to I can't do it mindset for you. What you get in or what you put in is what you get out. And that's what real karma is God is what we can call neutral.
Right.
And any energies you're going to put out to the universe is exactly what's going to come back. We're forced to learn these specific things, but you're a bright ass mind that can literally know whatever you want to know.
That's why I didn't fuck with school.
For sure, because it goes back to that's just indoctrination. That's just keeping us in another state of slavery.
It's a lot of shit the government, not even just the government, but it's a lot of shit, like a lot of high power people, like it's a lot of shit to be hidden, you know, but
it's always in plain sight.
Facts,
You
and
learn how to notice it.
Facts, and that's what people fail, like they might see the shit and then not even believe the shit, but it right here in your fucking face.
It's because we're distracted by fear. We're distracted by these other energies that keep us in that state of ignorance.
Fact, y'all seen that shit? I mean, 7 feet tall.
If you're in fight or flight mode, how can you expect to create? How can you expect to love? How can you expect to see clearly, to think clearly? Because if you're in that, gotta look out for myself all day long, period, in that defense mode the whole time, the only thing you can offer anybody is an ego.
Alright, yo. There have been another episode of Trap and Relax. My boy Neal, man.
So, question what's going on at the end of the day. Question what you know, question what others know. We've been taught to respect others' beliefs, yes. But on the other hand, we have to realize that some beliefs have been embedded in us for deception. And through that deception, we gotta see through it.